Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Dzariyat Noval Iftikhary. My student number 190705066. I'm from English Literature 19 Class B. Levels of linguistic analysis. For the first one is pragmatics, semantics, syntax, morphology, phonology, and phonetics. So we talk about phonology and phonetics. Introduction about phonology and phonetics. The same science examines sounds. In phonetics, provided objective ways to describe and analyze the range of human voice used in their language. Phonetics is divided into three, namely articulatory phonetics, which identify which organs and muscles are involved in producing different sounds. The voices are then sent from the speaker to the listener, while acoustic and auditory phonetics focus on how the sound travels through the air in the form of sound waves, and the impact of these waves occurs in the listener's ears and brain. Phonologists refer more to sound patterns in several languages, to what the speaker and listener must know, what children need to learn, and this science is close to psychology. We often have intuition about language without knowing where they came from or how to express it, but knowledge about this does exist. The relationship between phonetics and phonology is complex, like when a baby is in the babying phase, producing a sound including some that they had never heard from their parents. In this case, phonetics provided a great deal of diversity in language, including more information than the speaker appears to be used or need. All speakers and each speech is different. Now we talk about characteristic phonology and phonetics. Phonology, language specificity. A phonological rule that is present in one language may not be present in other language, or even in all dialects of a given language. Productivity. Phonological rules apply even to new words. For example, if an English speaker is asked to pronounce the plural of the nouns word whoop, they pronounce the final as, not as, even though they have never used the word before. This kind of test is called the Wook test. Untaught and unconscious speakers apply these rules without being aware of it, and they acquire the rules early in life without any explicit teaching. Intu- Intuitive. The rules give speakers intuitions about what words are well formed or acceptable. If a speaker hears a word that does not conform to the language's phonological rules, the word will sound foreign or ill-formed. Phonetics. Phonetics characteristic: alveolar sounds, palato-alveolar sounds, back vowels, rounded vowels, underlined sounds, some phonetic, other respects, phonetic symbol, shared feature. Without practice phonetics, it's hard to say you have learned it. Describe phonology and phonetics. Phonology. Phonology is the study of how sounds are organized and used in natural language. The phonological system of a language includes an inventory of sound and their features, and rules which specify how sounds interact with each other. Phonetics. Phonetics is the branch of linguistics that deals with sound of speech and their production, combination, description, and representation by written symbols. Differences: phonology and phonetic. Phonology. By definition, phonology is the science of a system in a language. The science is one of the branch of linguistics that deals with how to pronounce a language. Phonology also discusses the history of a language, how the language can appear and disappear in studying a language. Surely you will be dealing with this science because the science of phonology clearly examines the mechanisms of a language. Phonetic. Phonetic is a science that discusses how a sound can be formed using several parts of the body, namely the lips, teeth, tongue, pharynx, and lungs. The science only discusses the relationship between body parts that produce sound. Further information of a language, production to sound perception will be studied in this one science. In studying phonetic science, you will get to know three types of phonetics including articulatory phonetic, namely the study of the way sound is formed. Auditory phonetic is the study of a language accepted by the listener, and acoustic phonetic. In this one science, you will learn about manner of articulation and place of articulation. Place of articulation is divided into six, namely bilabial, labiodentals, dental, pabial, velar, glottal. Voice and voiceless pronunciation is also discussed in this science. Articulatory phonetics, study of how speech sounds are produced by human vocal apparatus. For the first one is anatomy of vocal organs, 2 airstream mechanism, 3 voicing, 4 articulation. Phonological features. For the first one is contrastive function. Each phoneme differs from others in at least one feature. Descriptive function. Accurately describe phonetic nature of a sound, may include redundant non-contrastive features. 3. Classificatory function. Explains and allows generalizations and common phonological process. Phonological rules. Humans are lazy, so compromise articulation to reduce effort. Compromise in articulation change the sound. Constituents of a phonological rules are phonemes to be modified due to a rule, conditioning context in which the rule has to be fired, change that occurs in a sound after the rule has been fired, and the last one is rules are sometimes ordered in a language. So I think is all. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.